Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday Vlog, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. That includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, pop culture, social media, technology, and items of interest that come up during the week that allow us to have a little bit of a dialogue. And of course, you can always find the community post as well as shorts, and I do include those shorts sometimes, if not all times, on New Tech. So thank you guys for all of your continued support.
We start things off from CBS News. Mexico President trolls Trump with Mexican America map after his Gulf of America name change proposal. Oh boy, and here's Trump making the announcement.
The same thing with Mexico. We have a massive deficit with Mexico, and we help Mexico a lot. They're essentially run by the cartels, and can't let that happen. Mexico's really in trouble, a lot of trouble. Very dangerous place. And we're going to be announcing a future date pretty soon. We're going to change, because we do most of the work there, and it's ours. We're going to be changing, sort of the opposite of Biden, where he's closing everything up, essentially getting rid of $50 to $60 trillion worth of assets. We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America. What a beautiful name.
Couldn't agree more. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum responded sarcastically on Wednesday to U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's proposal to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Standing before a 17th century world map in her daily press briefing, Sheinbaum proposed dryly that North America should be renamed America Mexicana, or Mexican America, because a founding document dating from 1814 that preceded Mexico's Constitution referred to it that way, which is fascinating because it reminds me, of course, she's doing all this tongue-in-cheek, but the Chinese do this quite often too, as they'll claim that they have these older maps that allow them to have certain areas and territories as they're trying to take over the China Sea there, or areas of the China Sea where they're building these islands out in the middle of the ocean. That sounds nice. No, she added with a sarcastic tone. She also noted that the Gulf of Mexico had been named that way since 1607. Well, if Mexico wants to change the name, let them come and take it. Let them come and take it, right? As some of us more staunch individuals would say, rather sarcastically as well, metaphorically, hyperbole. Trump made the comments during an open-ended Mar-a-Lago press conference, during which he also didn't rule out using military or economic coercion to bring Greenland and the Panama Canal under U.S. control. And of course, they asked him about military, and Trump just kind of also sarcastically ruled out, no, he would not discount military action, but I highly doubt that would ever happen. We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring, Trump said. That covers a lot of territory, the Gulf of America. What a beautiful name. And it's appropriate. It's appropriate, and Mexico has to stop allowing millions of people to pour into our country. He also mentioned the cartels running the country. Trump ally Republican Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene from Rome, Georgia, said she would introduce legislation to that effect on Thursday morning. So that would be much more than Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who has the only tangible thing that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has done since she's been a member is change the name of a post office. So if AOC can change the name of a post office, then I'm thinking maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene can also enter legislation that would change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I am completely indifferent about this. I think it's kind of funny that that Trump is going into a Machiavellian type maneuvering, very much like Democrats don't do. Democrats just sell our country out, give our adversaries money in exchange for what they perceive to be will be friendship, and or allow them to get away with all sorts of things like no tariffs and all these things to maintain what the Democrats perceive as a willingness to exchange friendship, right? You can live idyllically in a world provided that the other people also live idyllically. But you see, just because you don't eat the lion doesn't mean that the lion won't eat you. So That's exactly what's been happening here in our country is, you have good-natured, Western-minded thinking under the auspices that, if you're good to someone else, then that person should be good to you. But that's not the way the world works. The exchange has started to answer a large question lingering over the bilateral relationship between the two regional powers. How would newly elected Sheinbaum handle Trump's strong-handed diplomatic approach and promises of mass deportations and crippling taxes on trading partners like Mexico? Sheinbaum's predecessor and political mentor, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, who hailed from a similar strain of class populism as Trump, even thought he leaned left, was able to build a relationship with Trump as an ally, and his government began to block migrants from going north under U.S. pressure, a boon to Trump. Now, basically, when it comes to the financial or money aspect of it, of course, when Donald Trump said, well, we're not going to be sending you money if you don't stop sending these people here, and within several hours they called back and said, okay, yeah, we're not gonna send them to you anymore, because I had a graph, or I had to find yet another link of showing how many countries the United States gives money to, and I think it was 13 different countries, small countries, that if we stopped giving them money, they would no longer exist. So it is extraordinary to see how much money we give to foreign countries, like all over the world, or countries all over the world. Here she is here at a press conference. Let's see if we can catch a little bit of this. I'm not sure what language it is, maybe in Spanish.
Digo, obviamente, el Golfo de México es reconocido el nombre por Naciones Unidas, un organismo de Naciones Unidas, pero el siguiente, ¿por qué no le llamamos América Mexicana? Se oye bonito, ¿no? ¿Verdad que sí?
¿Verdad que sí?
Desde
They're not even translating it correctly, but anyway.
1607. La Constitución de Apatzingán era de América Mexicana. Entonces, vamos a llamarle América Mexicana.
Vamos a llamarlo eso, Mexicano-Americana. We'll see. I doubt that happened, but they can come and try. But of course, this week we also covered Don Jr. visiting Greenland there, which obviously is not very green, but we can paint it. And but if you guys haven't checked it out, you can always stop by the channel. And of course, we have community notes here that I post here with the different, what is this? How satisfied are you with creating posts? Well, I'm relatively satisfied. And here you can see all the voting that has come in over many of these different posts. So I appreciate all of you guys' participation there. Now, unfortunately, this is not on Rumble, BitChute, or Odyssey, but things on Rumble are actually going quite well. So thank you for all of you guys on Rumble for your guys' continued support, Odyssey and BitChute as well. And of course, as I put out more content, of course, there's more activity and so forth going on. But nonetheless, guys, this is what I had for you this Friday.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this Friday vlog. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. Below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to, so be sure to follow me on those platforms. If you order frequently from Amazon or are a Prime member, I have my landing page link down below there. You guys can add it to your bookmark, so when you place your orders or watch your videos, it helps out the channel with a small percentage there from sales. Of course, it's all private. I don't see any people's personal information, but nonetheless, it's purely safe. And of course, if you're interested in a VPN, a virtual private network, I've got that down below. TrustZone has been one of my favorites for many, many years. So amazing. All right, guys. So thank you so much here in 2025 for your guys' continued support, the likes, the shares, and the comments, obviously, and it does help out the channel a great deal, especially now that we're seeing some changes to AI, as we saw from Zuckerberg earlier this week in a video. So I'm looking forward to seeing if those changes really do impact all of us as creators, especially conservative creators. But nonetheless, guys, appearing there on the screen, that'd be the channel icon. You guys can click on that to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys behind the Galaxy phone camera next week.